Matt Meehan here for IrishBoxing.com. Shauna Browne, fresh off a win in England, a sixth rounder against a very tough opponent. I actually must have first say took a lot of hard shots, body shots and head shots, but you got it out there clean, no scratches or marks. You look like you just took the dog for a walk. Let's say that in the park. How are you doing?
I'm really good. I'm really good. Happy to be back to winning ways. How are you?
Good. I didn't mean that in any offensive a bad way. Oh, first of all, just it was. Anyways. Yeah. No. Listen. A good win. Yeah. A tough opponent, Shauna. A person that I thought would go down in between the rounds of some shots that you were throwing and some really hard shots as well.
Yeah, I think so there was a lot to it, to be fair. And then you have to factor in I'm 10 pound over my natural weight. I
Yeah.
fight at lightweight. I don't fight at super light, and even at that I could probably contest a super feather also. So super light is her weight, so she was quite comfortable at it. That's probably a factor that needs to be played in. The two of us were in the ring at probably 146, maybe 147. Well,
Yeah.
that was the weight that we said. So that just needs to be factored in. And obviously, we weren't going in looking for a knockout. I had to go in and execute a game plan to state that I can listen to my coach and obviously use the blueprint that he's been teaching me over the last, like literally since the end of April, start of May. And I showed that through the sixth round, and that was the most important part of getting the win, to be honest.
Um, like, did you expect it to be tough? Because you said in previous interviews and previous bits on social media that you turned down the guts of what, 15 or so opponents. Or something. Not that I turned down, there was 15 opponents that just didn't want it, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, every one of them just said flat no, unfortunately. The money that is up, the money that got paid on Saturday is quite handsome for a six rounder, just put it that way. But everyone just said no, the knockout ratio is too high, it's not worth it. And then obviously just coming off the back of sparring Casey kind of didn't really stand to me too well either. So yeah, it was just we approached Georgia like 10 days ago, and they turned it flat down. But yeah, once we kind of negotiated a few terms, so on and so forth, where both parties were happy. She was happy to get in the ring, and I can't thank her enough, because without her, I wouldn't have got to fight on Saturday. I wouldn't have got to fight, man. So yeah, it's not even the fact that she was a tough opponent. It went the way we expected it to go, to be honest. It was a good, clean six rounds. I won every round comfortably, but I executed a game plan perfectly, and you could see the shots were more clinical. There was way more. You could see that I have technical ability, not
Yeah.
Shaun, not Browne, that just goes out and plows through people. I can do it all, and that's what we got to see on Saturday night.
Like, did you again, like, with some of the shots that you were throwing? Obviously, they were with malice, as every boxer goes out to do, and it's kind of a term that you put your man down, and that's that you try to put your man down anyways, or try and put the woman obviously standing and trying to put it down. Was there any target, or was it just you execute the blueprint, get them six rounds banked, and we move to the next one?
That was literally it.
So it was,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
Yeah, that was literally it. There's no intention with the shots to go in and knock her out, because if that was the case, you would have seen me load up the.
Mm.
It would have been so much more sloppier than what it was. You could see everything coming from a mile away, and that's not what was presented Saturday night.
Yeah. There's two huge cards on. There's September 5th in the Tree Arena. You've been there, you've done that. You've got to win in the Tree Arena before, and obviously in front of a massive crowd, Dana White sitting ringside, and so on and so forth. And then there's September 13th. Windsor Park, Belfast, IBF, world title on the line. Paddy Donovan, Lewis Crocker, the rematch. Great press conference, by the way, yesterday. I know you were watching as well, and you must have probably thought it was a great press conference, but I'm hearing there's one or two slots being opened, and there's a few bits still be confirmed here or there. Shauna, would you like to put your name in the hat? And if you want to put your bid out, let's hear it.
I'm praying to God, like literally, that I get it. I have been blowing up phones Eddie's saying there's 40 requests, and I'm probably the 40 of them, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I'm doing absolutely everything. All I want to do is get on it. I've made a name for myself. I'm building a following that everybody knows. I want to get the opportunity to show that I can make noise and sell tickets. I don't care what they give me, even if I'm opening up the show. All I want, nothing more, is to be on that show. It's an All Ireland world title clash.
Mm.
It's making history, and I want nothing more to be a part of that. I was a part of the first one, and as people commented under, it's like redemption for me. No one got to see anything on that night, and anyone that knows me also knows that wasn't me on the night. I proved
Mm.
it Saturday night, so I'm praying I get a call and they're like, yeah, we have a slot, you're in. Because as everybody knows, I live in the gym, I'm always ready. It doesn't really matter. I'll always be ready to take a date. So yeah, I am hoping to God that the stars align and I get on September 13th.
I just kind of want to take you back to March 1st, if that's okay, in the Trey Arena.
Of course.
You know, you're walking to the ring and you're feeling confident, and you know you have your signature tune going, and you know everyone's bouncing, and the vibes are good in the SSC. But you get into the ring and that shot lands on your chin, and it kind of I've looked back on the fight yesterday, and I kind of did see that she was trying to set something up. First question, did you see or did you notice that you were trying to set up? And the second question is, did you see the shot when it came and when it obviously it clipped you?
So being honest, I've went over that night more than you'll ever imagine. I've rewatched the clip the whole lot. Um, the best way to explain it, I was there in body and not in spirit.
Okay.
And that's literally the best way to explain it. It's like kind of autopilot took over. Yeah, I wasn't present in that ring at all.
Mm.
I really wasn't from
Yeah.
the minute the bell went, but I wasn't present on the ring walk as much as people actually know. That's a lie. People that know me knows from literally the minute that camera hit my face, even when the music was going, I wasn't right at all.
Mm.
Everyone that knows me, so no, everything about that was wrong. I didn't see anything. Yeah, even the first shot, I didn't feel the first shot.
Yeah.
Second shot, no. To be totally honest with you, it caught me by surprise just as much as it caught the rest of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I wasn't present at all. Mentally, I wasn't in the ring at all that night.
Was there something that, if you mind me asking again, was there something that went on in the background? Obviously, you don't have to disclose or explain, but was there something that was going on in the background, something in camp or just in general? It could have been a day off that your head wasn't in there.
No, to be honest, it's accumulation of things, and I won't make excuses. I
Yeah.
won't go on about it. But like I said in the interview, if my boxes aren't ticked, if camp doesn't go right, if we don't do sparring, if I don't hit targets, I'm bet before I get in the ring.
Mm.
We got the call about that date 4 weeks before, and there was potential of Elif, but it didn't actually get locked in till the Monday before I
Yeah.
fought the
Yeah.
Saturday. And then the weight was wrong. There's accumulation of things like,
Mm.
but 3 weeks before the fight, everybody knows I'm always very confident. I always have everything under lock. This is the first time I didn't. And 3 weeks before the fight, I had a dream I got knocked out. Never had anything like that in my life. It's more
Mm.
like a premonition. I knew it was going to happen. I knew what I was getting myself into, and I still got into the ring because the maddest thing about it, everybody will think I'm crazy for it. I'd rather go through what I went through than rather trying to fight down, because who's to say I'd get an opportunity again?
Yeah.
At least I went in with my head held high. I
Mm.
took the shot and I recovered extremely well from the shot.
Yeah, you did.
And
You did.
I handled the defeat extremely well.
You
So
were
to
out
be honest,
ringside in the few minutes after, like that's,
I was brand new. It was not even
yeah.
like I was asking in the ring. It was the
Yeah.
craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing wrong with me.
Mm.
Absolutely not a thing. You wouldn't even think I was actually in the ring.
Yeah.
People came up to me after the fight later on that night and saying the next morning, they were like, "You all right?" And I was like, "I'm fine. Like I was actually
Yeah.
fine." It
Yeah.
wasn't a fight to me at all. I wasn't actually in a fight, if I'm being totally honest. Um, but yeah, it's just one of those things. I actually gained more than what I lost from that
Okay.
defeat, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Way more. Like
Mm.
so yeah, it's a life lesson, and I've
Mm.
I've learned an awful lot from it, I take an awful lot from it, and that's it.
Like I remember coming up to you. It was 3 rounds through the main event, and like I remember coming up to you, and I was talking to you small, but just the scorecard and just what you thought of the fight. And I remember like you talking like she just sounds like she's fresh, and I was like, but like I guess that everything in life really is kind of a learning experience. Everything you kind of go through is a learning experience. And I say what you took from March 1st is listen, it happened, it's fine. But like when you seen obviously the stuff on your phone and social media, was there any feeling at all towards it? Obviously, the zone putting the clip up and that's fine, that's their job. But was there any feeling at all of seeing it? It happened.
To be honest, not really. Like I was more shocked over other people's response to it. A
Mm.
lot of people like really got discouraged over boxing over it because the amount of love and respect I have in this sport, nobody ever believed that would have happened to me. It frightened an awful lot of people, and yeah, they were like, I actually don't, I give up in the sport now after
Yeah.
seeing that. To be honest, it hurt an awful lot of people. I think
Mm.
it hurt them more than it actually hurt me, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest. But the comments and everything, I went through them, right? And I know they
Mm.
say don't, but there's positives, more positives
Yeah.
than there
The
was
negatives,
negative.
yeah, yeah.
People couldn't get over how well I took the shot. Would have folded any man, and no man would have got up from it. And I did,
Mm.
considering how weight trained I also was as well. That needs to be factored in. And then the fact that the referee stopped it so early.
Yeah.
I know I made the mistake by not putting up my hands before I turned to run to the ring, ran to the corner, and I'm well aware of that. But I was actually brand new. I recovered extremely, extremely well from it.
Mm.
So the feedback from it was actually good. It
Yeah.
wasn't
It's
actually
positive. It's
negative, you
positive.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'll take from it.
Exactly. Like I remember you kind of getting up and you were like looking around and like, do you think if you could go back to that moment, obviously you would have fought on, but do you think in the few seconds after, when you were looking at the clips and not even like a past, like even just start to think about the learning experience, but like when in the past few minutes when you were looking at your phone, do you think the ref called it off a bit early or do you think it was perfect timing?
Me personally, because of who I know I
Yeah.
am and the type of fighter I know I am,
Yeah.
I believe yes. And
Mm.
I don't care what other people say, no offense. But
Yeah.
I know who I am and I know how I operate.
Mm.
I don't go down very easily, man,
Yeah.
at all. And I sprung up and all I wanted to do was fight. You can be guaranteed that wouldn't have happened again because all that would have done is actually woke me up
Mm.
and actually made me realize where I'm at. Do you get
Yeah.
me? It wouldn't have been a negative for me.
Mm.
A couple of people were like, "Oh yeah, I think the referee saved you, or it saved you from that happening again."
Mm.
Me personally, I believe that would have never happened again because I believe that fight would have actually went on, and I believe there would have been a complete different outcome. And that's me
Mm.
totally honest. I know how I operate. I've
Mm.
got hit harder than that in sparring, and that hasn't even brought me down
Yeah.
at all. So that's my view on it. But
Let's move on to probably the most historic night in women's boxing the world has ever seen. You helping in Fight Week in the last two camps out of three, helping with Katie Taylor sparring, and that's experience that you cannot pay for. That's a valuable experience right there. But what was it like being around Katie around Fight Week, and I say being a part of the team and being around Ross and everyone else, and even the night itself.
so my most favorite thing that has happened to me in the last year is going to America. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Before Christmas, even because obviously we knew around October, November they were saying that it would be July. So like the minute I seen the date, I was on the roster straight away. I'm like, so when am I coming over?
Yeah,
It's
give
my
us a
most
call. Yeah.
favorite. Yeah, it's my most favorite part of my training is going to
Mm.
America to do a training camp with Katie Taylor because the rounds that we do are absolutely phenomenal. Like, oh
Yeah.
my god, people would actually pay to see them. They're that good. And
I
then
would. I would.
I have an incredible relationship with Katie and an incredible relationship with Ross. I get on so
Yeah.
well with them. They're the best team I've ever seen in my career so far.
Mm.
The how they work and how they operate, it's just incredible. And yeah, they're the most amazing people. The whole experience was incredible. My biggest thing is obviously we finished out the last spar and like I really did want to go, But Katie had tickets there for me, and
Yeah.
I got to go to her fight and be close enough to ringside to watch her win and
Mm.
be the biggest part of it. Obviously, 'cause she kept me dead last for a sparring for a reason, because she
Yeah.
believes my sparring is what gets her ready for the fight. So hearing that and like getting the feedback off her and getting the feedback off Ross, and there's another guy over there. His name is Mikey. He's one of the best fighters I've seen to date. They call him Marvelous Mikey. Um, oh my God, he's incredible. But he's been doing my corner while I'm against Casey every time I'm over there, and he couldn't get over the vast improvement in me since I was over there than November before. Like that's only like 7 8 months.
Yeah.
They couldn't get over it. So feedback from him was incredible. To be there on the night, that was even better. Like, oh yeah, they're memories I'll have for the rest of my life, and it's stuff people have paid to be a part of,
Mm.
and I had the honor of being a part of it. Like, so yeah, it's stuff I'll never ever forget.
Any moments outside the ring that stick out here, spending time with Katie and Ross, and anything particular that you would like even go for food or go for walks together, anything like that you can elaborate on?
So we talked an awful lot. Me and Katie talked a lot about my career. Just different things, and Casey gave me really good advice, and all we did, lads, to be honest with you, we laughed the whole time we were
Mm.
together. So I'm one of these people, as you know, I really really don't really care. And I've
Yeah.
no filter. Anything can come out, and like we spoke, it was really funny. So I'm actually really friendly and really outgoing, as you know.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
got talking to a few people over there, and Katie said to me, she was like, Shaun, in the 8 years I've been here, you've actually made more friends in a week than I have in 8 years. And
Ah, that's
laughing.
class. A
I
new
swear to
community for
God.
Shauna Browne coming around the
Oh,
States.
it was so funny. But I got to meet her. I got to go and meet her and her mum the day after the fight.
Bridget,
I
yeah.
went to the
Lovely
hotel.
woman.
I know that was incredible. But I got to
Mm.
bring a little girl. Well, she's not even a little girl, she's a woman.
Mm.
This girl in my stable, her name is Freya, and she's obsessed with Katie. And
Okay.
I knew she wanted to meet her, so I brought her to meet Katie. And
Nice.
seeing her just in awe of Katie was just,
Wow. Yeah.
oh my God, it was incredible. And then
Yeah.
obviously the feedback from Katie for the sparring and then the
Mm.
fight. And yeah, there's a lot, like a lot. My mind is
Mm.
still boggled, if I'm being honest. We actually, myself and Katie only had a really good conversation yesterday. We're on the phone for about 15 20
Oh
minutes.
wow! So it's even like on a weekly now after like he's still keeping contact after.
I can contact Katie anytime I need it. The woman is always there. She's one of the
Wow!
best people I've met inside the ring and outside. And
Wow!
she's a woman I'll call a friend. And if I do need anything, I can call her.
She's on the other side of the phone. Yeah, that's
Literally, like
mad.
I'm so blessed. I'm
Yeah.
actually so blessed to have Katie Taylor, even Ross. Ross has been fantastic since I started going over there as well. If I message him, if I have any queries or if I want him to have a look at something, he'll do it instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly. Yeah, yeah, the people I have in my corner and the people I have backing me, I'm absolutely blessed. I'm
Mm.
blessed, to be honest.
Like I say, it's kind of a bit of a full circle moment. Like he's faced off against each other in the National Stadium at one point in the past, and now to be in full circle, like it really sounds like close friends. You know, being at the other side of the phone for each other any second and stuff like that, sparring with each other, laughing. Yeah, it sounds like an absolute dream in a way for yourself.
Of course it does, and it's the fact that she knows how hard I work. She sees
Mm.
it firsthand, and she has nothing but the utmost respect for me, and she really, really wants me to succeed more than anything. She believes I've the potential to be a world champion. And yeah, this yeah, even we were talking about like the fact that I struggle to get fights and stuff. And she was like, yeah, she was like, Shauna, you're too dangerous in the ring,
Yeah,
that's why.
yeah.
Which is like that's Katie Taylor coming back saying all these things. Like it's yeah, it is the full circle, 100% full circle. Like I said when I turned over back in 2023, my biggest goal was to become Katie Taylor's sparring partner, because obviously I watched Amy Broadhurst be our sparring partner back in 2022, and I was like in my mind when all this was happening, I was like, if I was a pro, if I was still boxing, I would have 100% been her sparring partner. This
Yeah.
is when I didn't even box. I was injured at the time.
Mm.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to do it. And I said, watch this. I guarantee you. I wrote it on a board and everything. I'll be Katie Taylor's sparring partner. And I wasn't only her sparring partner for
Once,
one, I was
twice.
for two. And the
Yeah.
last one has been historic. This is
Yeah.
that's a card that will go down in history. It's a moment for
Mm.
Katie Taylor, and she better the best she's ever better, and she's
Yeah.
boxed the best she ever boxed in her entire career at
Mm.
39 years of age. Like,
Yeah. Like
incredible stuff.
when you obviously in the few minutes after there was Puerto Ricans and people saying, "Oh, overturned scorecards, blah blah blah, this that and the other." Was when you listen to that and you compare the work of what happened in the gym with yourself and Katie, what do you think of of them comments?
So they can have comments all they want. Like, I did so many interviews before that fight, and it's the
Yeah,
same last year. If you backtrack on the interviews I did on the lead up to the fight, from May, from the time I went over the very first time, I said it. I said Katie Taylor will beat Manta more convincingly. That
yeah,
was May. The card didn't happen till November, right?
yeah,
When you're in the ring with somebody, you can tell so much cleaner and so much better than anybody else.
mm,
Obviously, you're the one who sees the way the work
yeah,
goes. And everybody was like, no, you're wrong. They wrote it off. They were like, Katie's going to get bet. They wrote her off last year.
mm.
They wrote her off again this year. And I said the same thing. I did an interview with Not Just Boxing in Madison Square Garden the night of the
I
weigh-in.
remember saying that. Yeah,
And I said everything. And everything I said is exactly the way it happened.
yeah,
Everything. And everybody
yeah,
was like, no, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
yeah,
But to be honest, she better even more convincingly than I
mm,
thought. Katie didn't have to engage. She boxed the way she can. The woman's like a gazelle in the ring. Oh my
mm,
God, she's just incredible. But
mm,
everyone forgot that Katie has that finesse in the ring, because Katie, unfortunately, like us all, we do love a bit of a tear up.
yeah,
And let's be honest about it. If the fight went like that the first time or the second time, nobody would have wanted the second or the third.
mm,
So I do get it. She
yeah,
better toe to toe. She better at her game the first two.
mm,
So Casey decided to do it at her own game, the third one. And look what happened, man. She barely came out with a
yeah,
mark. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I met her the following day. She couldn't get over. Like, she felt incredible. It's the best she
yeah.
felt getting out of the ring.
It looked like there was a sense of relief though on her face when the result came. I know it was a wide decision on two of the cards, and two of the cards I absolutely every card I agree with, but I think the two cards, the 117 or the 116, that wide card is one I most agree on. But it looked like it was a kind of a shout of relief. It's like, yes, get in. It looks like it was like that's the chapter closed. I've done it twice. So I've beaten her three times in a row. That's it. Nothing else. I don't have to prove anything else to anymore. She could retire in 10 minutes and no one would would say anything, because she is one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time for female boxing.
I don't care what anybody says. She is the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
I think in boxing, full stop, nobody has ever done what Katie Taylor has done from amateur the whole way up to pro, lads.
yeah,
That's what needs to be respected, not just because of what she's done in her pro games. Don't forget what she did from day dot
yeah,
since she became a boxer. No man or no other man has done that. So
yeah,
Katie Taylor is the best of all time in this sport.
yeah.
100%. And that's the way
Male and female, Shauna.
I believe, male and
Yeah.
female, a hundred
Okay.
percent. I don't care, one
Yeah.
hundred percent. There will never be anyone like Katie Taylor. And the other thing that I think needs to change as well, there will never be a next Katie Taylor either. There'll
Yeah.
be a next Shauna Browne. There'll be a next whoever is coming through. There'll be a next
Mm,
whatever. No one can ever fill those shoes, lads. And
mm,
nor should anyone ever want to. Katie Taylor is trailblazed for this sport for everyone, male and female, I
yeah.
believe. Because everyone, even a man that has any sense of sporting, boxing, anything like that. And
Mm,
to see the sports person that woman is and the way she is inside and outside the ring,
mm,
man and woman should aspire to be the exact same as Casey Taylor. The thing that I love is the fact that the girl does what she does in the ring, and then outside
mm,
everybody, nobody knows a thing about her life. She keeps
mm.
it so private.
Yeah,
And I
you know
think
what knows it's secret. It's very secretive.
it's the most honorable thing I've ever seen in my
Mm,
entire life. And I think that's what really, really shines and sticks out for me.
yeah.
It's the fact that she can have it all because she keeps both so separate.
Yeah.
As soon as you start bringing your personal life into this and people start bringing the personal life, that's where things can get messy.
Yeah.
100% it is.
No.
Keep it clear. She is Katie Taylor, best sports sports person in the world.
Yeah.
And then there's Katie Taylor that has her life. There's
Yeah.
two separate things, and I think it's the way it should be for anyone that's in this line of work or any line of
Yeah.
work, full stop, so they can have a life.
Mm. I just want to talk about Bridget for a sec because she's an absolutely amazing woman. Can you just elaborate on the time that you spent with her? Obviously, a good bit of crack probably as well, because I know that woman, when she can crack a joke, she can crack a joke, and when she can get serious, she can get serious. But I say she's one of the most kindest women that you've ever met.
Yeah, so we had really good chats. Obviously, when Katie was on about giving me the tickets, so on and so forth, she was like, "My mum is constantly asking about you, Shauna. She's
Ah, that's
mad to
lovely.
see ya." All of them are backing me. I met her brother. I met another friend. Yeah, the gratitude they had for me for everything I've done with Katie and going over is just
Mm,
incredible. To be honest with you, they were fantastic, and
mm,
me and Bridget had a great conversation. She was like just telling me how highly Katie talks to me, and she was like, "Shauna, no matter what happens," she was like, "you're going to make it. You're destined to be great. You're destined to be a world champion." She was like, "with all the adversity, everything that gets thrown at you," she was like,
mm.
you come through it every single time."
Yeah.
And I built a relationship with Bridget back in 2016 after me and Katie fought, because we went to Belfast for a training camp before they went to Rio. And
Yeah.
I was there with them, and Bridget came along. We went bowling, we did all different things. So
Nice.
I have a good relationship with Bridget. She knows me since back then.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's incredible, and to see how proud she is of her daughter, and to just see the backing that Katie has
Mm,
with her family. And we were in the hotel, and the people that were coming up to her and getting photos and stuff, and because
mm.
I'm obviously quite muscly and stuff, and a
Yeah.
lot of people find it's strange, I think, to a certain
Yeah.
extent, that a woman is this muscly. So everyone's like, "Oh my God, are you a fighter?" And then Katie is like, "Yeah, she's my sparring partner." She was
Yeah.
like, "You have to be checking this girl out. She's a beast," so on and so forth. So when people started seeing Katie, they wanted to get a
Yeah.
picture with me, and yeah, it was very very cool, man. Very
Mm.
very cool.
Um, did you get recognized much at all when you went over to New York in terms of just people coming over to you and be like, oh, what's the crack, Shauna? Just obviously the Irish wherever we go, we follow each other.
Yeah, to be honest, a lot more than I thought. A
Yeah,
lot more than I
yeah,
thought. It all started at the weigh-in on the Thursday.
yeah,
And my friend Catherine was with me, my best friend. She's my marketing woman. And she even said it, she couldn't get over the amount of people that were coming up to me. There was a woman that watched my fight in Australia against Taylor Jensen was there.
yeah.
And she came up, and it's the same at the fight. There was actually an awful lot of Irish that
Mad.
flew over that knew me, and an awful lot of Irish that are living in America that knew me. I got
Mm,
pictures to bait the band, got new followings, new fans. So a lot of the Puerto Ricans were sitting across from us. So I love singing and dancing and having the crack
yeah,
so a lot, as you know. And the Puerto Ricans started shouting stuff against Katie, right? But we were having banter back and forth
yeah.
anyway. And I turned around, I looked at your man, and I said, "See, you and me, car park after this fight." And
Go
the
right
whole lot
now.
of them, I
Didn't
swear to
want
God,
it. Didn't
the
want it.
whole lot of them, they fell around the place laughing because they knew I was joking.
Yeah,
Oh my God, it was the funniest thing ever. They
yeah.
came up and they shake my hand. They were like, "We didn't expect that to come out of your mouth at all."
Um, I think the Irish want one thing, and that's Crow Park. Do you think that's achievable? Because I was talking to Eddie Hearn there yesterday, and he said, "Listen, Crow Park is definitely possible. Because if it's possible in Windsor Park, why is it not possible in Crow Park or Thomond Park? Let's do that. Because Munster is even close. Thomond's even closer to you, I guess, back at home. So, I just want to get your quick opinion on Eddie's comments of Crow Park and Thomond, and I guess it's not. It's not. I guess I know that you'd love a spot on that card if that card was ever made.
I believe it will happen. I believe it has to happen because they can't allow Casey to retire after everything she's done in the sport from the
Day
age of
one
what,
to
six,
yeah,
seven, since she started right up, to not give her the homecoming she deserves. And it's a bit bad in a sense that it took her to beat Amanda Serrano 3 times for Irish people to sit up and be like, "Oh yeah, maybe we have to do something for her."
yeah,
She's proven herself in more ways than one, man. The woman has never left anybody down. She's never turned down a fight. She's turned up countless and countless of times. She's really put Ireland on the map. Everybody knows Ireland. as one of the best sporting countries in the world. And Katie Taylor is a massive part of that,
Yeah,
like a huge part of it. So I think it'd be criminal to leave her retire and not bring her to Croke Park. And I think it'd be even more criminal to not have me on the undercard, if I'm being totally honest. That can't happen because that's full circle in itself between me and Katie sharing the ring in the National Stadium, to being her sparring partners, to be there ringside watcher for the third time, to beat Amanda Serrano, to do a full circle and maybe fight for a title on Katie Taylor's main card in Croke
let's
Park.
go.
Man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Shaun, on that note, really appreciate it, you coming on. Thanks for taking time out of your day, as always, to talk to us and to have a great chat. And hopefully I'll see you soon sometime if you come back.
I'm actually in Belfast this Saturday. If you're there, I'll
I'll
see you
see you in
there.
Belfast on Saturday then.
Oh, yes.
So are you coming to the Mark Dunlop kid, are you?
I am.
Let's go. I'll see you then. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.